U.S. President Donald Trump has just signed into law a bill that could pave the way for deeper ties with Taiwan. It's called the Taiwan Assurance Implementation Act. It requires the U.S. State Department to review U.S. guidelines for how it engages with Taiwan at least every 5 years, and then report to Congress. In those reports, officials must explain how the guidelines deepen U.S.-Taiwan relations and identify ways to lift restrictions on engagement with Taiwan. The law isn't specific about what those restrictions are, but they could involve things like high-level visits to Taiwan by U.S. officials. This law could expand U.S. interactions with Taiwan. One of the bill's co-sponsors says it would strengthen U.S.-Taiwan relations and send a message to China that the U.S. stands against its efforts to dominate the region. Now, it's important to explain that the U.S. doesn't officially recognize Taiwan and instead has diplomatic relations with China. But it does engage with Taiwan unofficially, which is what this bill is referring to. Trump's signing of this bill comes amid some uncertainty about his support for Taiwan. He's recently held calls and even an in-person meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, and they have said they plan to meet again next year. All interactions that have left some worried about what that could mean for Taiwan. But today, Taiwanese officials are celebrating this bill as a win for U.S.-Taiwan relations, with the foreign minister saying this on Wednesday.
对于双方面交往准则，可以彼此更完整的互动，包括其中到联邦机关洽公，或者是到我们代表处来互动，这个包括台美关系正常化的进一步的发展，我们表示肯定跟感谢。
Taiwan's presidential office also thanked the U.S. for its support. But China, as expected, is not happy about the new law. Beijing's Taiwan Affairs Office says the bill interferes with China's internal affairs and violates its One China principle. It said it opposes any form of official exchanges between the U.S. and Taiwan. What we'll be looking out for next is what these reports to Congress will say and if they end up advocating for any kind of relaxing of restrictions on U.S. engagement with Taiwan. Klein, Wang, Devin, Tsai, and Cadence, Quaranta for TaiwanPlus.